Hi, everyone. This is Jacqui Cooper with CryptoMom2 Talk Show, and I want to welcome everyone back. This is a really fun episode because I'm going to be speaking with two individuals who are located in Canada, and they're doing some really creative things in the NFT, the non-fungible token space. I also just have to mention that my dog's in my feet. She's a little bit antsy, so if you hear her, we're going to welcome her into the conversation. But for those that don't know about CryptoMom2, I'm going to just share a little bit about how I got started. And then I'm going to bounce it over to Purple Penguin, which the name I absolutely love. So I started the CryptoMom2 Talk Show last year because I was diving into learning about cryptocurrency, blockchain, and all of its creativity. And I realized that I was definitely a newbie, and others like myself might have the same challenges of getting started in the space. So I wanted to kind of have it be from an education perspective. I am a lawyer, and again, shows are not financial advice, invest at your own risk, but I'm also an educator. So I knew that it was important both from an educational perspective as well as just a personal perspective to be sharing with everyone my own journey. But as a result, I started interviewing and talking to people all around the world, and I wanted to share their stories as well. So with that, I met these wonderful individuals through LinkedIn, and both Kevin and Chantal are very creative. They come from two different paths, but they've combined together to make this blockchain company that I'm going to have them describe. So welcome today. How are you guys?
Doing well. Thanks for having us, Jackie.
So who wants to talk first? Who wants to introduce what Purple Penguin is all about and how you guys got connected?
You started?
Yeah, I guess we can start with the name.
Yeah.
So it has humble origins from my Wi-Fi name in college, actually. So I was just looking for something silly to name my Wi-Fi, and I decided on my favorite color, purple, and my favorite animal, penguin. And it kind of just stuck. And over the course of a few months when I was living there, I saw people started naming their Wi-Fis like blue walrus and green frog. So it was kind of just a cute homage to that. But that's what's in a name. I'll hand it over to Kevin to kind of explain more about what we do.
Yeah, so we were part of the NFT collecting culture. I got really involved in collecting NFTs and developing for the developing industry of cryptocurrency and what's coming with blockchain technology. So I'm not sure if you're aware, but there are a lot of avatar-related projects for non-fungible tokens where people collect characters, and quite often they're animal-related. So as you're aware, with cryptocurrency, quite often the conversation is focused around the negative impact on the environment, and animal endangerment naturally made sense to be something that we could focus on with everybody collecting animal character avatars. So we were trying to think of an animal and what we could do within this space to help the environmental impact and showcase that, the environment, yes, it does get affected by cryptocurrency, but there are ways that you can overcome this. And Chantal's old Wi-Fi name, Purple Penguin, just felt like a natural fit. So we decided to go with Purple Penguin as our first animal that we're going to be helping. So we've created a cartoony type of character where it's not fully realistic and daunting because it is about environmental impact and climate change, but they're fun, cute characters that go on an adventure to learn about climate change and learn about other animals like themselves. So we're starting with the penguins, and we're going to go on an adventure to teach the world about climate change.
I so appreciate what you're doing and how you're doing it, because protecting the environment is something that's very close to me. We're going to talk more about that in a quick second. I know that there are a lot of individuals who are listening who might not be familiar with what NFTs or non-fungible tokens are. Would you go ahead and just explain to them what that is?
Yeah, of course. So a non-fungible token, the easiest way to explain it would be a certificate of authenticity. So it's a verification on the internet, essentially, or on the blockchain technology that says that this piece of art or this watch, for example, was created on this day by this person, and you are the owner. And it allows transparency to show who owned it, who created it. So it's really a certificate of a timestamp. That's kind of the best way I can describe what an NFT is.
Okay, so another word that people might not know, unless you've been maybe gaming, avatars. What is that?
So an avatar, that would be like your profile picture or a character or a digital representation of yourself. As we enter more and more, computer-centric, internet-centric lifestyles, we represent ourselves in different ways. So displaying your art as your profile picture on, say, Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, that would be your avatar. Or in a game, the character that you run around as, that's your avatar.
Yep, for sure. So why climate change? Why did you decide to focus on that?
Do you want to go?
Yeah, definitely. So I feel like back in the springtime when NFTs were kind of exploding, that first negative feedback was it's horrible for the environment. Crypto is destroying like mining and everything in that kind of realm. So we kind of want to flip the switch and show what's possible with creativity and crypto and NFTs. Just kind of change the narrative a little bit because it's such a promising industry and it's only growing.
So I know that you have ready to share with us your website. So why don't you pull it up so we can kind of take a look. For those that are on the talk show side, you can go hop over to my podcast so you can actually see the visual. So we're now at Welcome to the World of the Purple Penguin. And what we see here are 3 adorable little penguins, all different. They seem to remind me of specific penguins. Did you actually look at the penguin species and kind of decide who you're going to represent there, or are they just characters in themselves?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'll notice a lot of our brand is really related to the actual animal itself. We wanted to tell the true story of the animal so that the environmentalist community and the actual story that we're trying to tell is real, but also make it, family friendly and inviting and cute. So you'll notice our currency is named Pebble because penguins use pebbles to attract mates, and they almost use them as a currency in real life. And our penguin characters are based off 3 endangered penguins: the Adelie penguin, the blue Galapagos, and the rockhopper penguins.
Okay.
Our art team, they actually studied a lot about the penguins first to make sure that they were pretty realistic, but character developed.
I love that. I know that I have taken a little bit of a dive into creating NFTs, and I'm not as artistic as that. So I love what you have on your site. So for those that might not, when you go and also all these links are going to be in the blog below, but why don't you go ahead and share where can people go to explore your platform?
So we have our site is purplepenguin.finance. Um, we have all of our social medias and all of the standard socials, so you can find us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, TikTok, all of the usuals. But our main website where we put all of our information is built by Chantal, actually. It's purplepenguin.finance.
That's awesome. And for those that are new to exploring platforms, you're going to see certain categories on a lot of platforms. So you're going to see what they call a white paper. And a white paper is the business plan of the vision of the coin or the platform. Anything in particular in your white paper that you want to share and point out, like a little synopsis or summary?
Yeah, we can scroll down here actually and give you a bit of an idea. I'll let Chantal kind of explain.
Actually scrolled past a little bit. So white papers, we found they're very kind of like industry standard for ICOs, like since they've been started. So we wanted to
Yeah.
definitely pull that kind of audience with the white paper. And then with the roadmap, that would be kind of what's standard in the NFT realm. Oh, the roadmap's not working.
No, it's good. The weapon wasn't.
So with the white paper, I saw that it's charity driven, and I love that idea. So are you donating to charities, or how is that working?
Yeah, so for our Binance Smart Chain token, we do have a charity wallet set aside for donations. So that's one way that we're kind of giving back in that way. And then with our NFTs that we'll show in a few moments, we're also donating 30% of proceeds to savingpenguins.org. So they're an organization that builds artificial nests for penguins to mate in, because they're very endangered. There's lots of predators off the coast of Africa. So they build these artificial nests for these penguins to mate, and they're really making a difference there. And also with Project ARC, we are also donating 20% of proceeds from our NFTs to Project ARC. So there are partners that helped us with just kind of releasing the NFTs, helping with the coding and everything. They've been such amazing partners through and through.
Yeah, they really helped us take our idea of an environmental impact NFT and turn it into something that is environmentally positive. So we have a carbon negative NFT that we've been able to mint, where not only are we donating to savingpenguins.org by the connection through Project ARC, but we're also donating to a mangrove project. So we're offsetting any carbon emissions that are created by the NFT to further help water conservation projects by donating to a mangrove field that actually offsets carbon at a higher rate than, say, trees in the Amazon forest. So it's actually about 5 times more effective. So we're able to have a positive impact on the environment through our NFTs, and then also through donating. Beyond that, we're able to donate 30% of our proceeds to savingpenguins.org. And this week, actually, we have a discussion with the Toronto Zoo and the Toronto Wildlife Conservancy about adopting a penguin for our community. So we're going to sponsor a real life Pebble the penguin that our community can watch grow up. And, you know, we'll have our penguins that we can help through the nests, and then we'll have an actual penguin that's like our little mascot that we can get to know over the years.
I think that's phenomenal. You mentioned another term that people might not know about. What does it mean to mint?
Oh, yes.
So to mint would be to take your product. In this case, it's a piece of art. So I'll bring up Menaki, Pebble, and How are the names of our penguins here. So Menaki's our blue Galapagos, Pebble is our purple penguin, and How is the rockhopper. So to mint an NFT would be to take the art or the whatever it may be. You could literally mint anything or turn anything into an NFT. So in my case, I take art. These are my paintings behind us. I take these and I take pictures of them and then upload them onto the internet, onto the blockchain. So when you mint an NFT, you load the file onto the blockchain as an authenticity stamp. So when I upload a picture of my art, that's the only one on the internet, and it was minted, or you know, the file or the code was loaded onto the blockchain or the Web3 technology on this day by me. So I'm the only owner, and the only way I can sell it then is by selling it to someone else or minting. So minting is essentially buying, or the transaction of code, essentially, would be the best way to explain it.
Yeah, no, it's great. So I also use OpenSea. Have you, in order for people to be on OpenSea, for those that are new to, you know, this whole area, you do have to have a wallet. So that's something that, you know, if you have any questions, you know, feel free to reach out to me and I'm happy to consult with you on. Because when you are buying or purchasing an NFT, you're going to be transferring cryptocurrency, but and then you're going to be holding that NFT. Though you did mention, though, that you have access to a wallet where a donation can happen to a charity. So how does that work?
So we've dedicated a specific wallet with our tokenomics. So tokenomics are the way that the contract or the smart contract works for a cryptocurrency. So with ours, we have a reflection or a redistribution when somebody purchases or sells our currency Pebble. It's redistributed to holders, and it goes out to different wallets. So one of our wallets we've dedicated to donate to charity. So none of the funds from that will go to anything except for donating to charity. So for that, either we would make an arrangement with the charities. Say some of them are willing to accept cryptocurrency, some of them are not. So with working with Saving the Penguins, we would have to convert the currency back to fiat or USD and then make a donation that way. Some companies are actually able to set up wallets themselves and accept cryptocurrency as donations. So with that, we would have our dedicated wallet where you would see, you know, we'd let everybody know that this day we're going to be taking funds out. You can see, because it's on the blockchain, that we took funds out on this day, and then we can show people the certificate of the donation. And that's really how we would go about doing the donations in this case, because not every company is on ramped for accepting cryptocurrency, but there still is ways for us to make these donations with having the dedicated wallet or the NFT sales. It's just a matter of one extra transaction on our side of things. But
Yeah.
it's all on the blockchain, so everybody can see it. And that's one thing that's nice. We can't lie about anything. We can't lie and say we made a donation. We can't say that we're using this as a donations wallet and then take money out along the way, because it's all transparent and it's all visible.
Yeah, no, it is. Blockchain is very transparent. For those individuals who are associated with nonprofits who are not quite sure how to navigate this, feel free to reach back out to myself or to Purple Penguin. Again, you can be involved with cryptocurrency and not hold it as a charity. There are platforms that will integrate, but that's a whole nother episode, a whole nother conversation. But don't be afraid of getting involved in this. There's a lot of technology that makes it easier to access. I love what you have there. I love the fact that you have the carbon negative NFTs, early access rewards. What does that mean? We haven't talked about that yet.
You want to start that one?
Yeah, so since everything's transparent, visible on the blockchain, we have a ledger of everybody who's purchased our early access rewards. So that's what we're calling our gamer pass. So that's the Pebble Manaki now on the OpenSea. So that NFT acts as a like VIP entry into our Vagrant Penguins. So it's like an early access to our avatar battle arena penguins. So we can kind of go more into that, but so that will be our partners at the Nemesis. So they're responsible for creating our Antarctica metaverse. So it's going to be really cool 3D rendered penguins that you can battle and upgrade through different in-game elements. But Kevin can definitely elaborate more on that part of it.
Yeah, so the reason we went with like an early access or a reward system was that when you're purchasing NFTs, quite often there's a gas transaction fee related to that. So our first NFTs, we did them on the Polygon or Matic chain, so that there are very minimal to no gas fees, and that was how we were able to make them carbon negative. For the game NFTs, most people will collect things based on the Ethereum network, which has higher transaction fees. So to help our early supporters and say thank you to them, we've given them a couple days early to mint the upcoming Vagrant Penguins games. So that way they can choose that, say there's another drop happening on Thursday and the gas is going to be extremely high. They can have, say, Friday, Saturday, Sunday to pick when they want and when's most comfortable for them. And also it's an international company, right? So working globally, sometimes people have to wake up at 4 a.m. to mint a product that they want to mint while the US is awake, or vice versa, right? So it's another way of giving our users the freedom to start getting involved at a low fee of minting the first NFT for $50. And then that first $50 gives you not only the value of donating to the environment, but also it gives you early access to a game that we're releasing later. And we're releasing this game with a company called the Nemesis, who is releasing their own game coming up next month. So having them have a game early, we're assuming there'll be a lot of excitement for the second release on their site, which means that potential for gas wars is high.
I love everything that you guys are doing. I mean, you are covering so many different areas. You're covering the NFT side, you're covering the gaming side. Metaverse. Define metaverse, because that's a term that I have just recently been exposed to and shared information with. And again, those that are kind of embedded into the blockchain world might understand, but those that are new, these are all new terms. So what's a metaverse?
So a metaverse, the best way that I can describe it is a social engagement experience. It's a virtual landscape or a virtual experience where multiple users can enjoy a 3D environment, whether that's concerts, games, exploration, art. There's all sorts of variant things. So this is our partners here, the Nemesis. With them, we're able to create literally anything from mini games to battle arena games to concert experiences. We have an art gallery in our metaverse. So really it's a way for people to engage in a new experience. So right now you have say Facebook is your social interaction, right? You have a two-dimensional text-based format. Well, in a metaverse, I have an avatar or a character where that represents me, and I can run up and run into Chantal in this world, and we can go on an adventure together, and we can play games and things. So through our metaverse, we actually have mini games, and I'll bring up a little video here and show you our newest mini game that we actually launched last night. So in our metaverse, we have two different types of games. We have your little character here that you can change the skins of and be different renditions of who you want to be and how you want to represent yourself. So that's one part of the metaverse. It's a virtual digital representation of who you are as a person. And then you have your little side characters. So the Nemesis has robots as their side characters, and that's going to be their first battle arena game that they release. And then we're going to be using those same robot battle mechanics for our Penguin battle arena. So we're going to have snowball fights with laser upgrades and all sorts of crazy stuff. So this is a mini game in our metaverse that you can play. So you can run around and experience concerts, look at our art gallery, or you can play a mini game and earn cryptocurrency in your spare time for just hanging out and playing a game. So this is something we released last night. It's live for a few hours. We do mini events where they're live for short periods of time. Top speed or the best player will win a reward of cryptocurrency or NFTs. So this was me playing this last night. I am not good at this. So in this case, you're running around picking up coins, and these coins represent the same cryptocurrency that you earn for winning the fastest time. The last time we did a mini game, you were running around and cleaning up recycling. So it was pop cans and plastic. So we were telling the environmental story in a way that you can help out and do things at home just by cutting the plastic in your pop cans or putting them in the recycling bin.
What I love about that is, especially from the teacher perspective, is both educating as well as making it fun. So because, if you can engage someone, then they remember and then they will apply that to their real life. This reminds me a lot of some of the games that my daughter used to play, but this and the difference is that you can, like you said, you can pay and earn.
Yeah, exactly. And this mini game system is free, right? So anybody can play this. It's an app. It's also a desktop browser. So you win cryptocurrency, or you win, in this case, it's a bottle of whiskey that I won, which I can use in the battle mechanic system with the robot. So you can feed your robot a little bit of whiskey, and then that'll upgrade them for the battle that you can do. So that's a free mini game that you can play. And then if you have the NFTs, you can enjoy the more engaged, more in-depth games that are possible with metaverses and stuff like that.
So again, I'm just going to remind everyone that the links are definitely going to be below, so that way you won't have to worry about writing things down. But definitely you can explore purplepenguin.finance. So you have on here the roadmap. Why is this roadmap important for us to know about?
Yeah, so we kind of just redid this roadmap to be more in line with the NFT space. Since we have that great white paper that speaks to the cryptocurrency, we want to also speak to the NFT space. So we've kind of tackled pretty much 50% of our roadmap so far. We're right at partner with Project Art. 60% actually is Genesis NFT Mint Pass. So we have links to everything in our roadmap to find everything we're talking about. And then we kind of have a sneak peek into things that we're planning a little bit later. So we have a phone call next week with the Toronto Zoo about possibly adopting a penguin, but we feel really good about it. So we feel like we can share it with the world. And then, we have plans for live stream events with DJs and bands in the Antarctica that we just showed you guys. So we have a large screen in the metaverse, an ice screen.
So, again, we have a same vision in terms of helping others and protecting the environment. Go back up and share more about Pebble and how that works. Because we've talked a lot about the art side, and we've talked a lot about the game and things like that. For those that are involved with cryptocurrency, altcoins, that type of thing, why did you decide to create a Pebble coin? What was your vision? I mean, you obviously have thought through all the different elements. I know as when I first stepped in, I didn't know about all these things, and yet I'm looking at what you have here, and it's so all encompassing. Why Pebble? Tell me a little bit more about that.
So that was kind of our launch pad into this. Some friends of mine had launched a Binance Smart Chain token earlier in the year, and they were really successful with it. They did a community-owned token, so it was they renounced the contract or gave the contract back to the blockchain, which is what we did as well. So there was no ownership from anything beyond the community, but they were able to launch a token that was really successful. And I personally don't know Solidity coding or the ability to write a contract for smart chains. So this was an entry point for us essentially to get started in this industry. We had some experience in blockchain from myself running conferences before and just kind of us dabbling here and there over the years, because you hear about Bitcoin and blockchain and Silk Road back in 2013, and over the years you hear about it again and again, and you keep
Yeah.
popping in, and eventually you dive in. And this was our way of really getting started into it, was launching our own token because we had some friends that we trusted that we knew in person that could write a contract for us. So first we launched the contract with the idea of creating a charity element and taking the token and giving back. But as an artist and an NFT collector, we thought that why not bridge the two opportunities together and reward our holders with art, gaming, and then reward our gamers and art collectors with cryptocurrency. So it was really a way to introduce multiple industries to a financial opportunity to both find financial freedom for themselves, financial freedom for the environment, and support good causes all at the same time, and artists. And really it was a way to make an all-encompassing vision that really it went from being a launch pad to being the bread and butter and the lettuce in the salad of our product.
So you mentioned a few terms that people might be familiar with or maybe not.
Yeah.
Smart contracts. Can you explain a little bit more about that, and also the coding that you mentioned? Because I've heard about that as well. But again, why that specific coding and not another coding? Tell a little bit more about that. So two things.
Yeah. So smart contracts are the contract that, or the code, I guess, that a cryptocurrency uses to operate on the blockchain system. So with ours, you'll notice we have an automatic liquidity pool. We have deflationary as two features in our tokenomics, which is generally, tokenomics would be what people use to describe the way that their token works. So for ours, because it's Pebble, it's our Pebblenomics. So the way that the contract works to operate the token essentially is the smart contract. So in ours, within the contract or within the coding, there is a smart operation where every time somebody sells, a percentage goes to the holders and a percentage is burned forever, creating the supply to go down, which causes the value of the token to go up. There's a tax written into the code or into the contract as well. So that way, if say somebody has a super large amount of our token, if they were to sell all of it, then that would penalize them a large amount because there's a tax, so that prevents people from dumping the token on people that can't necessarily hold as much, or the small holders that just throw in $50. That way somebody that has $1 million worth of tokens, they can't ruin it for everybody else. So these are little things that are written into the contract itself or into the token that essentially they operate on their own. They're automated. We don't have to do anything to cause these features to happen. So
Which is
that would
probably
be
why they're called smart.
exactly, yeah. Your
Yeah.
smartphone, it automates things. It works for itself. So this is
Yep.
basically a code that is smart and operates on its own. And there's many variations of what you can do. And since we've launched this, actually, there's been a lot of new developments actually within contracts where you can offer new reward systems. And one thing that Project Arc, our partners that minted our contracts, are doing with their smart contracts is for one of the projects, they're implementing a contract redistribution that actually is dedicated to relocating animals from rehabilitation. So within their token, they've actually set up a fund reallocation to help relocate animals in real life. So these are unique things that you can do where the code automatically takes care of this for you. And it's just further AI essentially.
Yeah, that's beautiful and on many levels. Okay, so how do people get Pebble?
Pebble's a pretty easy one to get. The safest way we're going to recommend would be our website, because that's the right contract. We have a spot at the top here. you can track our charts, or you can buy Pebble. We also have a really easy access if you want to buy our NFTs or if you want to check out our metaverse and play our games. So we've made it nice and simple. But say you want to buy Pebble, first you would need to have a wallet, as you mentioned earlier. So you'd have to have it set up for the Binance Smart Chain, which would be just a couple, I guess, that just come numbers and codes. Really, you have to put into some blank spots in your wallet. It's pretty laid out for you. But you'll just have to set that up for the Binance Smart Chain. And then once your wallet's set up, easiest way would be to click on Buy Pebble, which will take you to PancakeSwap. And then you can select your currency. You'll see right away it asks me to connect my wallet. So you would connect your wallet here with your password. You would then come here and it would automatically put Pebble in for you. But since we've already purchased Pebble, we have to put it in manually now. But you would then set up your swap. Say you want to buy 1 BNB worth of Pebble. Right now, our market cap is very low because we're not really advertising Pebble too much. We're still getting things going and we've been building our foundations. So right now, say you put 1 BNB worth or 1 Binance token, you would get quite a lot of Pebble. This would be quite a stone collection if you were a penguin. So that's really the safest way to do it. You can also go directly to PancakeSwap's website and use our contract, or you can also buy it from the Soku Swap exchange. So there's a couple small exchanges that we're working with right now, and we're looking at expanding to other exchanges to make it more accessible, but it's pretty easy. You can use a couple of different currencies through PancakeSwap to purchase, but really I would recommend our website at purplepenguin.finance.
So everyone, again, the shows and the information is not financial advice. You have to invest at your own risk, but definitely explore this and see more about how you can get, and there's my dog, see more about how you can get access to Pebble as well as to Purple Penguin. So is there any last minute thoughts that you have about Purple Penguin? Otherwise, I'm going to have you share a little bit about Canada, which is where you're located.
Yeah, I think our main focus here with our company really is to showcase that you can get involved in this without really being crypto-centric, and you can also make it about more than yourself. So we don't really come from a very crypto native background. Chantel is a marketer for Home Depot. I'm working project management. We organized concerts before this, and we found a way to take an idea or the hope that someday we can give back to something and turn it into an opportunity through taking new technology and just getting involved and learning. Something exciting that we can show, the Nemesis, who we've done our partnership with, they have a battle arena game for their NFT characters called the Companions. They'll be releasing this battle either, I guess we're coming up to the end of the month now, so probably early next month they'll be releasing this battle. I know if you have over a certain amount, you can early access test this game now, but this game will be coming out really soon. It's kind of like a turn-based Pokemon style battle where you pick your move and you choose where you're going to fight on the other character. And this is what we're going to be doing for our own game. So if you mint our early NFT, not only do you help the environment, you get a piece of art that's drawn by June Primero, who's worked for Marvel and DC Comics. And, it's a really quality piece of art, a cute little cartoon character penguin. But you get access to a game that's going to be extremely similar to this. So we're just going to show you a little preview here to let you know what our games are like, and then we'll chat a little bit about Toronto and let you know kind of what's interesting here.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So in the Nemesis, as you saw earlier, you collect cards when you win the games. So whiskey was one of the cards. So as you see, you've got little bottles here and things you can use for your moves, and then you select on the opponent where you're going to go. And as your attacks go and as you win your fights, you will win cryptocurrency and NFTs from prize pools for tournaments and all sorts of different ways that this becomes play to earn. So you get to have fun in the mini games for free. If you own the NFTs, you get to participate in these battles and earn more cryptocurrency and get more involved. And then if you want to go even further than that, you can invest in our cryptocurrency through Pebble. And it's really interesting that there's multiple ways to get involved in NFT technology and collecting and giving back to the environment.
Yeah, it looks like so much fun. And the vision and the message is really important too, because again, we're seeing the impact of climate change all over. And it's important for us to be thinking about how are we going to be taking a step. So tell me about Toronto and all the places that you'd like us to visit.
Yeah, we love Toronto. I've been here for about 5 years now. I moved here from Ottawa. But yeah, Toronto is a really amazing tech hub. There's so much interesting stuff going on. I know Google's making plans to open a headquarters here, and there's lots of cool conferences happening, hopefully soon with COVID wrapping up and stuff. But yeah, we love Toronto.
What's a hideaway place that you want people that might be not normally known to tourists that you think that someone should check out and discover when they're visiting?
Yeah, we love the West End of Toronto. So I feel like lots of people hang out downtown a lot of the time, but there's so much to offer in the realm of art and food and amazing culture and venues just west of downtown a little bit.
Yeah, we've been hosting events in the city for just over a decade now, and we've found that the outskirts in the west end of town is really our favorite. And some of our friends that we've met over the years from hosting concerts and things, they actually own a small pizza shop on the west end called Buddha Pies. So that's in the Rossville area on the west end, and there's a really nice park near there as well called High Park. So they have art gallery kind of displays in their pizza shop from local graffiti artists where they support local artists. It's a small owned pizza shop, and it's really delicious food. So that's one spot that we love to go to if we're ever that far west in town. We're kind of like right in the middle of the downtown where we are, but if we're ever on the west end, we always try and stop in and say hi to Drew and our friends and grab a slice and maybe go for a walk at High Park if we can.
We'll definitely have their link on in the podcast below and in the travel blog as well. So I really am excited about everything that's going on with Purple Penguin. I know that we're going to have continuing conversations as you launch different things. I can't wait to see, you know, all your projects. Any last minute thoughts that you want to share? I know we've covered a lot today, but anything that pops in to your mind before we, you know, call it an end?
Yeah, I guess like for anybody watching, if you're thinking of getting into it, just like dive in. Really, like sometimes I wonder how I got into this because I don't have a wallet myself. I'm not an NFT collector, but I just see the potential for this technology and just want to run with it. And it's so inspiring to see what we've done in 4 months. And I just
Yeah,
say, go for it. It's amazing.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's really been life changing to, to start as like, how can I take my canvas art and sell it to somebody in Asia or something? And now it's turned into this thing where me and Chantal, we live together, and now we're building a company together that is about more than us. And it's really awesome to be able to just take an idea and have it be such a new industry that everybody wants to help you. Everybody wants to see it succeed. Like, if you have an idea, ask. That's my number one suggestion. Ask and get involved.
I agree with you. I agree with you. The whole blockchain community is very open and welcoming. And I know that I've been mentored in so many ways as I've been exploring and learning myself. So definitely, you know, if you're concerned about taking a first step, find someone that you trust that can help guide you. And again, it's all about learning. So we're all lifelong learners, and I cannot wait to see, 5 years down the road where Purple Penguin is and the difference and the impact that you guys are going to be making. I might be able to say that I did your first interview, who knows? So anyway, thank you so much for being on, and I will talk to you both soon.
Thanks so much for having us.
Thanks for having us, Jacqueline. It was a great chat.